Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our final match of the day between Jkuat Assassins and Black Falcons. It is a very highly anticipated match between a very two good teams. Those two teams have a mixture of experience and young talent, and it's a match to look forward to. The likes of Daniel Mondi, the likes of John Moremwa, the likes of Young, the likes of Kevin Sambai, the likes of Chisanga, and the likes of a few other new talents are on board on the teams. Both teams look strong on paper, but in this sport, what decides is the match, and we shall see what the last match of the night has for us. Too much surprises have happened today, and it's another wonderful time we have gathered for the final match, which is highly anticipated. As you can see around, the fans are having a very good time, and they are each and everyone is cheering up their teams, and they are wishing and they are hoping that at the blow of the last whistle, they shall have the victory. Every team expects to win, but that shall be decided in 40 minutes. And as the team line up, let me give you a And it's time for Falcons. As you can see, Falcons are Karoga is back once more. Uh, he tries a toe touch and is caught on a very good dash from Young. He's showing that he can defend and attack at the same time. Chisanga is one of the most physically fit players we have here. He has lots of power both in his feet and his arms, and he had a running hand touch, and he was able to score that one. Daniel Omondi, one of the most experienced players we have, a very talented young fella. He has won gold, he has won silver and several silvers, including Junior World Cup, 2 Bangabadhu silvers, a Pro Kabaddi silver medal, and so on. Young is proving to be a nuisance in terms of skills, and you have to take composure in your time, or else he'll get slippery through you. What a skill from Karuga. He dummies a run, and Kevin commits, and he goes down and evades the tackle, and he scores for Jkuat. Once more, Chisanga on the court. He's known for his power, as I said, and he's a good defender, but he also raises, and he tries his luck once in a few times, and Daniel, a running hand touch. He stretches and gets the fella from the corner. What a nice technique. He seems to not struggle in what he does, but he has perfected the art of Kabaddi. He dreams Kabaddi, he eats Kabaddi, he lives Kabaddi. Young, a very funny fun factor is that Young has been a student of Dan, and he excelled in what Dan has taught him to be a monster in the game. And Dana is known for growing very promising young upcoming talents in the national team, in various teams in the leagues. He has ensured the game has grown in its own way, and he is celebrated for that. What a catch from Dan. As they say, a student can never teach the teacher, and Dan is superior over Young, and he has the touch for himself. Dan is a very tall raider who is fast in his hands and arms. He kicked with his leg and got a toe touch point, and it's a very unique technique which he is well equipped and does well in. Jersey number 1. John does a mistake and is punished for rushing and not being attentive. Dan is back, and as you can see, he never comes lacking confidence. He'll try and kick, and he evades the kick, and then he rushes to the far corner. He's a left raider, so he does a lot of kicking and running, and he gets and scores for his team. Remember, the match is still beginning. Teams are learning. They are getting to understand each other, and they are getting to flourish in their game. That was a very nice skill from the jersey number 1. He ran and touched in a toe, and it's time for John. John is a short but fast, aggressive raider, and he does very well, and he scores 2 points. He's a very aware person, and through his awareness and technique, he was able to get and scores points home for his team. Jersey number 1 looks to have a lucky charm, if I may call it. He's really doing well. He's aggressive. He looks to not know what he's doing, but he's getting them points, and he's attempting to make the defense unstable, and he got a toe touch from Karoga. Karoga had lost focus for a moment, and he was caught unaware. Dan is here. He got and scores 2 points. That was a very fast thinking. Seconds can decide the game, and Dan was fast in his brain and physically and got them unawares. It's Young. Young tries to bamboo and go through Dan, but Dan is strong enough to block and get the first all out of the evening. All out goes to the side of Jkuat Assassin. As things stand, Jkuat are looking very good physically and mentally. They are making the right calls, and they feel and they look superior. He comes and gets his bonus, and in a very fast manner tries to make the defense shaky. At the moment, the Black Falcons team is really afraid of Dan, and they can't do nothing. He's proving to be superior in skills, in speed, in each and everything he does. He's above their physical condition at the moment, and it's becoming difficult. Don't forget that he defends and he raids, and it requires a lot of physical fitness, so he's among the fittest, if not the fittest people. Young tries to get the bonus point. He steps and dummies. Dan is on his toes, and they are trying to make sure he's not comfortable in their pitch because they want the sense of superiorness. Young does well and scores a point for his team. As we stand, the scores are at 10-6, and pardon, I got the wrong scores. It's a nice point from John. It's another turn for jersey number 1 Black Falcons to show them what he has. He comes in his own way and tries to kick. He has perfected the art of running toe touch, and Dan lost focus and he was caught unawares. That was a very nice and sharp raiding style from the young fella. John is doing amazing, and as you can see, Kevin is aware of what he's doing. He lands on John and gets him unawares and has a very good technique of holding. At the moment, the superior players of the Jkuat are not there, and what can they do without their best and superior players? Young is at the moment terrorizing the defense, and time is up. There is a small misunderstanding. There's a small misunderstanding. It is claimed that Young's time was finished when he was raiding, and I think they shall agree. And it's a technical point to Black Falcons. Chisanga is known for his aggressiveness, and he tackles the Young at the moment is promising to be one of the best players in the court, and he's taking charge and authority on the side of raiding in the Black Falcons team. He's trying to hunt and see what he has, and he's in a hard position because he was a member of the Jkuat, and they know him very well, so they are patient, and it pays off. And jersey number 14 raids in a lazy manner and scores a point, and Daniel Omondi is back. That is not what Black Falcons wanted. It's another time. Young is back. He means business and business. Young is a very good and aware raider. He takes his position, goes low, and is very attentive in terms of reaction. He tries to stretch to the side, to the far corner, but he does not make contact. His time is up. He attempts to have a catch, but Daniel is too long for them. Once he's down, he's at the middle line. What a player. Jersey number 1 is proving to be a good player in what he's doing. He attempts a dope key, but he's caught by jersey number 7. What a nice catch. And it's time for Daniel Omondi to do what he does best. He takes his position and he's trying to have a toe touch, which he has perfected, and he can do it with his eyes closed. And it's a very hard skill to perfect in that manner. But he was gifted with long legs that he does marvelous with. Jersey number 7 is coming for his first raid. He's an upcoming player who has learned the game. And as I said, Black Falcons are doing a very nice and good job of making the game grow in the country and in their town. And at the moment, they are having a very broad and a team with good depth, and they are working good and perfectly and in a very good manner. And it's time for the Jkuat Assassins. John Karuga. John, as I said, is a short but fast raider. He would tend to kick at times, and he would tend to... He scores a point because he's too swift. Yeah. If you are unaware, he will touch you through his hands, through his legs. Chisanga. Chisanga, as I said, is one of the best covers, if not. And once in a blue moon, he raids. He has too much power that you can never. And it's a very nice catch from the Jkuat. What a combination from Daniel and Manadan to have the catch on both legs of Chisanga and left them having no chance but to accept. At the moment, it's getting hot, and it's only hot for Black Falcons. He tries to dive, but that skill is only done in the soccer field by goalkeepers. You have to use techniques in Kabaddi, and it's an all-out once again. The second one for Jkuat Assassins, and they feel and they look superior, and they feel the moment, and they are executing it to perfection and enjoying themselves. Young is on the court. He tries to stretch towards Dan, but there is no chance. Dan is a very fast and aggressive player, and he has perfected the art of defending and raiding, and he's one of the best players around Kenya and Africa in general. He takes a bonus as a joke. It's well known, and he never struggles for that, because as you can see, he is a tall fella and has perfected the art of bonus. He takes his time. He is leading. He has no pressure. Jersey number 1 is proving to have a good time. He's stretching, really nice, and then goes away and scores another point. In the moment, Dan does a mistake and is out. John is trying to restore his fellow teammate and captain back in the game. John takes his time and stretches to Young, and he claims a point. But the referees are Young, the best player Black Falcons have on the pitch. He's trying to do what he does best. He tries from side to side, but it gets a little bit difficult, and he opts to take a seat and not stress himself. That was a very nice tackle from jersey number 15. He decided to go low and attack him as he attacks. It's time for Young. Young takes central stage. He's willing to die for the team and stretches to the corner. Jersey number 13 has his moment now. He's a known player through the lands, and is trying to solicit and get a point or so for his team. The Black Falcons are charging to him, and he's Young is meaning business. Timeout, Black Falcons. In the past couple of minutes, Black Falcons have adjusted to their tactics. They have switched positions, and we can see they are getting a superior defensive wise, and they have had a very good span of some few minutes, and as things look, they are heading to get Jkuat all out. Jkuat have 2 players on the pitch, while Black Falcons have all their players on the pitch, and we'll wait and see what they are cooking. Dan is trying to instruct his players to take their time and not rush and not do mistakes that are unwanted, and he's expecting them to be attentive and try and get some points. Jersey number 13 is in, and as you can see, he tries his luck and gets his point. And once again, who is back? Daniel Omondi, the nightmare of the teams, and they don't want to find themselves having to deal with him again. For I said, he is good technically, and he is good physically, and he is good in terms of attack and defense. He's a very talented player, and he showcased a very nice talent of going low on the corner and ensuring that he's not caught. It's time, and it's time for Daniel Omondi. He comes, he'll go for the bonus as usual. He'll try and kick, he'll try and hand stretch, and he'll try and use his superiority. He used the trap on them. They fell for it. 3 points, Jkuat. Sometimes you need no strength. Sometimes you need to use more of the brain, as the national coach team always tell the players. It's at times about the brain and not the body. Dan used his brains brilliantly, and they fell for it. And once again, Black Falcons are heading down. Jkuat are all the way up. Young is trying to raid, and at the moment things are getting hard. He had done well. He had gotten them working, and it's half time, and Jkuat proved to be superior. Half time, good game. Both teams are having a good game, but Jkuat continue standing with their shoulders and head high and proving to be superior. We're getting back to the match, and I'm sure we'll have a very exciting second half. And as you can see, both teams are prepared to rumble it in the second half and see what happens. Dan stretch and misses. That was a very aggressive stretch, and he does it again and has his points. Young is back. As you saw, he is the best person on the pitch. Dan tends to intimidate him and is staying up close to him because he is fast and he believes he is. And his time is up and it's time for Jkuat. Once more, it's Daniel Omondia, I mean. He takes his time. He takes his successful. And now he wants to kick. I'm sure he wants to kick and he gets his kick. Without a doubt. Jersey number 1 is up. He's forming a habit of having a point every time he comes to raid, and he has one while his streak continues, and he scores 1 point for the Black Falcons. John Karuga, super tackle is on. He tries, and he has been hurt. He has had a collision on his head, and it's a hard one to take. As I said, Chisanga is a very physical, tough human. Young is back and trying, and Dan has a very good double hold touch, and it's a very wonderful and brilliant tackle. Daniel Omondi, he takes his time. He tries to intimidate the defense, and Jersey number 1 is back, and a very good double hold. It's a good dummy from John, and he gets Kevin unawares, and it's up to Chisanga to save his ship which is sinking. Chisanga comes and takes his time. He's looking for a loophole, and he's trying to see whether he may find a point. And it's time for Dan. Dan goes and attacks corner number 3 in his corner. He's low, so getting him will be a problem, and he scores a running touch point. Chisanga is tired, but he has no option. He has to fight for his team, because once you are in the pitch, all that stops you is the whistle or your time. He's back with the warrior spirit. He's trying to see if he shall, and he will find a loophole. He dashes to the far end, and it's unsuccessful. He's back to his drawing board. He tries, he dummies, he kicks, but nothing at the point. Right out, 3 points, Team Jkuat. Jkuat are enjoying the moment. They are having a very wonderful game. Courtesy of Dan, courtesy of John. And as things stand, all that Jkuat are doing is making sure that the gap keeps on getting wider, and they're taking their time, controlling the game tempo, the manner in which the game is conducting itself, and ensuring that it's time for Black Falcons, and Kevin is there trying to raid, and he steps in a shuffling manner, and he does not stretch, so it's no problem at the moment. He's just stepping and stepping and stepping and dashing. He has no focus or reference point, so it's on his way. Young used his brain well and dashed John out. And that was a very good awareness. Young is back. He tries, but Dan is fast. Young steps, and takes his bonus point. He attempts the bonus and he gets it this time. And here comes Daniel Omondi. Daniel Omondi takes his time, shuffles his legs, takes his success rate, and takes his time. He's not in a hurry because he knows he has done enough shopping and his house is satisfied. They have nothing but satisfaction in their basket. He has a long hand stretch. He steps, he tries to kick, he hand stretches and gets the cover, who was high when getting back. Chisanga is back, and he wants to use his well-known technique, his power and his kicking, and he's taking his time. He's a fierce-looking fella who can at times upset you using his power. He can bulldoze through you, by you, over you, and he's an agile player. It's up to John to get back, Dan back. Sugar, jersey number 4, take his time, looks at the field, and he's trying to make his decision in his brain, and the defense want to get him because he's one of the reasons why his team is shining, and as we stand, everyone is waiting for anyone to make a mistake and they can strike. Young comes out in a very good manner and gets John. It's developing, a fight is in a sporty manner is developing between John and Young, and so far Young is winning the physical battle. He's timing perfectly his catches towards John, and John has work to do because so far every time Young attempts, he gets him. So it's up to him. At the moment, Jkuat are shaky because, as I said, Chisanga is a fierce-looking fella, and he's using his fierce nature and presence to intimidate the Jkuat defense. Jersey number 14 is on. He escapes and gets Young. That was a perfect raid, and Dan is back. Substitution, Black Falcons. Jersey number 14 is coming in for jersey number 7. Jersey number 1. Let's see if he continues his good match. He has piled up some points, and in a matter of time, he comes He comes and gets a point. Daniel is annoyed with his defender, but it's a game situation because he was caught unaware by jersey number 1. Bonus is an easy task for Dan. Bonus is a dream for Dan. Dan is always comfortable having his bonuses because his physical structure and his fast feet favor the aspect of having bonuses. Chisanga is back. Chisanga is in the hand. He wipes his sweat and he is assigned to show that he is in and time for him to take charges now. He tries to get Dan. It's proving to be hard. Dan is low and his time is up and it's time for Dan. Dan is back. He attempts to dummy a toe touch and jumps to the center line. He attempts a bonus, which I think it's successful. He takes his time. As I said, he has done his shopping. He has gathered all he wanted. He has a comfortable lead, and he's taking his time, all of his time. The players look in a good condition, both physically. The intensity is good. The aggressiveness is there. The tackles, the catch, the skills are there, and it's a nice and exciting game to watch. Dan goes and gets his bonus point. He is enjoying this match to his fullest. Yeah, he attempts to cut Dan and comes stretching to jersey number 7. He gets superior over Dan and Dan is out. It's up to jersey number 11 rather, 14, to get his team back to a fighting position. And he gets his point and gets John back. Jkuat are asking for a timeout, and they are tending to talk as a team to calm the nerves and take their lead. And see what happens. As I said, it's a highly intensive match, and every player is working hard. And it's getting tougher and tougher for Team Black Falcons. They want a factor that we are considering, and statistic-wise shows that whenever jersey number 14 in the Jkuat team is given the mandate to save his team, he's coming through in a very unique manner. There's a technical timeout. They seem to have some disagreement between the two teams, but with the able, Julius Adua, who have seen it all, he takes charge and everything is well. Young is back. Young is back, and he means nothing but business. He steps and dummies, steps again. He tries to attack the corner, but Dan seems to not give in to his needs. John Karuga. He takes his time. And Kevin has a very good diving tackle. Once again, Young is back. He looks on where to attack. Dan is low as you can get. Julius indicates that it's the last 5 minutes remaining. Daniel Omondi. He is now using his experience and exposure and professionalism to cool down the pace of the match and make it calm and have a time to breathe, recuperate, and have enough cash to defend. Because as I said, he has done enough shopping for his household, which is his team, and all that is remaining is to push the remaining minutes and come out victorious in this match. Young has tried, he has done good, but as I say, your teacher will always be superior. He gets deep, and Dan does not hesitate to dive and get him unawares. Dan goes back, takes his success, and takes his time. He's not in a hurry, stretches and finds his man. That was a good team catch. The Raider gave his back or his blind side to the defense, and he was caught unawares. He was followed back by the able captain, Manadan, aka Jacom, aka Lastborn, aka John takes his time. The super tackle is on. He tries. He was almost caught by time, but he's back. Kevin is here. He's trying. They want to see what he can do. He steps and steps and steps, but he proves not to be a bother or a problem to Jkuat. The Jkuat team is low in position, have carved, and as you've seen, John is very swift. He goes low, and Kevin time is up, and Jkuat are going for their fourth timeout of the match. And they are sweeping the floor with Black Falcons, who at the moment have accepted, and they just want the time to move and wait for another match that will favor them. But at the moment, Jkuat are bringing the game to Black Falcons in a local language known as Leo Wanawasha. Young is in the hand. A double team effort with a good chain from Dan, and jersey number 14 I mean, got Young unawares, and the match is finished, the match is done. Jkuat proves to be superior over Black Falcon. It was a good contested match, highly contested, physical, full of skills, and enjoying match to watch, and without a doubt you can't take it from Jkuat through the able hands of Daniel Omondi, who proves to be the man of the match, who has given a 5-star performance tonight. He leads his team to success and achieving another victory as a team, and attaining some points and climbing up the table as a team. It was a very wonderful day, a successful day. Special thanks to Kenya Kabaddi Union for giving these conditions for young people to come and showcase their talent. And it was a wonderful game, full of skills, full of enjoyment, full of commitment, and it's time for the scores. Black Falcons 33, Jkuat 58. It's a win for the Jkuat team. Till next time, I've been your able presenter, Manajango. Adios, muchachos. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What do you have to say about the match? How was the match? How had you prepared as a team? How was it?
Well, I was so much tensed today. I've been really.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the man of the hour, none other than Daniel Omondi. Daniel Omondi, congratulations. How was the match?
Thank you so much. My name is Daniel Mondi once more, captain of Jkuat team. So I've been preparing so much for this game since the start of the week. Especially me, I was really tensed. I was really tensed to face the Black Falcons team because ever since we started the league, they've been winning. So I was so much tensed, and I was really looking forward to win the game. And now that we have won the game, I'm really happy for that.
You felt you seemed to be comfortable. Your presence was felt on the court. You commanded your team through actions and words. And how is it to have the leadership burden on your shoulders, on your team?
It's so much hard. It's so much hard to play. It's so much hard to raid, and again you defend, and you also control the whole team. It's so much hard, but at least we tried and managed to beat them. Yeah.
As a pro athlete, because as you know, you are a professional Kabaddi player. You have played out there. How has the exposure from the pro leagues, from international tournaments, how has it made you as a person in this Kabaddi field?
Well, professional Kabaddi is, I think it's, not I think, but I'm sure it's very important for us as Kabaddi players. It has helped me so much. It has helped me gain more skills in the raiding. It has helped me gain more skills in the defense. I'm so much confident when I'm playing, and yeah, I think that's what most of us lack. That's why when I step on the court to raid, they get so much tense because they feel like I've already won the match. So that's how I beat them in the first case.
And as you can see right now, Kabaddi is growing in the country, and a lot of upcoming players look to figures like you. They want to be like you. Whenever you're moving and whenever you are interacting with them and you feel them say that they want to play as good as you do, how does that make you do or feel as a person?
Well, of course, it has to make you feel good. It has to make you feel good, but again, it's the message I have for them. It's not easy to be where I am. I want to believe so, because to be a professional player, you have to sacrifice a lot. You have to train hard. You have to give almost all your time for Kabaddi. You cannot just come out from the house and be a star. You have to work for it. Yeah.
Congratulations, Dan. And today, who are awarding the Man of the Match award is our ABO SG, Mr. Munyendo. Welcome, Mr. Munyendo. He is our Secretary General, and before he awards Dan the trophy, Mr. Munyendo, we have some questions for you. Right now, we are trying to make the sport popular in our country. What measures are you taking as a federation?
Thank you so much. Congratulations to the Man of the Match. First of all, we are employing different approaches. The first approach was to unshackle ourselves from some legal corporate governance issues that included some legal issues which we needed to sort out. Right now, we've now gotten the legitimacy to continue with what we had started. There was a small bottleneck put in front of us by some of our adversaries. Now that we have gotten free of that, we are trying to reach out to different potential sponsors. Different people want to partner us. We just need to set up the structures of the sport. As you are aware, we've spread to several counties. Sometimes in June, we played in Trans Nzoia County. We were in Homa Bay. Today we are still in Nairobi in the National League. The sponsors we are knocking, after some time they'll come to give us some financial aid. Once we have the financial aid, our league shall be able to come out stronger with several incentives, not just such awards, but there shall be monetary incentives to our players. So once we secure that, the league will be magnetic. It will attract several other teams. You compare the first league session and this session, the numbers have grown. We are even having the women league. The numbers are growing. So you see, it's something which is appealing. So such are the measures that we're employing to the sport. The governance issues sorted out, legal issues sorted out. Now we are going full throttle. PR, we're going to do our PR better to get more potential teams also to feature.
Mr. Monyendo, in terms of the calendar of events, there's a rumored World Cup around the corner, junior tournament, some other national tournament. How are you as a federation preparing towards those upcoming tournaments?
Now, again, this league is, we're not just playing for purposes of crowning winners. We are using it to gauge the performance of our players. We have a national team, yes, but out of this league, we will be able to get the players in the Bangabadhu Cup in Bangladesh next year, before the World Cup, which is slated for Dubai next year. So we're using such forum to gauge the improvement, the playing, and the technical expertise of our player. If there's improvement, then some of them will bag the slots. The slots are very few, but we want to encourage players to step up. From what I've seen today, there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of competition, and people should not sleep comfortable. I'm sure Dan here is not. That's why today he put a man of the match performance, because he knows what portends of the desire to represent the country.
Okay, thank you, Sana Bona SG. You'll perform the honors. Here is our man of the match, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying tuned today. See you next Saturday. Adios.